First things first, I still gotta do some minor complaints on the UI of the game, but I have been playing Monster Hunter a lot. I have been fishing. I have been beating monsters. I have been capturing stuff with the net. Like, I still hate that, to be honest. Fishing and the net stuff, like, okay, so fishing and then capturing stuff, I'm not gonna lie to you, I hate those things. Like, it's really, I get that it's part of Monster Hunter and it's like a cool little like side activity for side quests and stuff like that, but I hate it. But yeah, so I just want to go over a little bit more about in the review that I did of Monster Hunter, why I still think it's 10 out of 10 game. Speaking of that, optimization issues, they've been doing a pretty good job with fixing that. I haven't had a single crash. I don't know if they did like a crash course in updating everything else like that, but so far the game's been running smoothly and everything's been like super smooth. Having an amazing time with it. Monsters, they're only getting cooler and the fights are only getting better and the equipment is only getting cooler as well. I just hit 50. I still got a little bit more to go. I'm probably going to get up to Monster Hunter 100 and then do like my final review, because if I get up to monster rank like 100, that should already tell you guys like my review. I still think it's going to be a 10 out of 10 game. But with that being said, I do enjoy how I do enjoy how they continue to improve upon everything that they already did from World, minus like a couple things like here and there that they have not done well, like too well. They drew back a lot from Monster Hunter World, and you know, they added some stuff as well. But one of the key things that I realized that they didn't add, and I'll put the comment right here as well. They took out a lot of Pelico. Your like Pelico can't do as much as it did in World. And you know, for me personally, I actually just don't mind that as much. I don't mind it as much because I felt like in World it was kind of overpowered. It's basically like you get the 4 of your people and then you get some Pelicos and like you get even more assistance than what you can other than just you fighting the monster. I feel like now it's more one-on-one and it's just like less items and things that you have to do that's going to bother you too much, because I just don't like UI. You know what I mean? One, the UI in Monster Hunter is god-awful, but like I don't like the Ubisoft, like that's like if I were recording this and that's like if I decided to go like this and you could only see that, like I don't like that, you know what I mean? So I do turn off a lot of the UI system. And then with World, because of the Pelico information, stuff like that, all you had to do with you know, if you were trying to do a pitfall trap, shock trap, different stuff like that your Pelico could have more command of, it's just like instead of being one-on-one fighting with the monster, it's like, okay, now I got to look at this side and figure out the items and stuff like that, or you could use the wheel as well. But it's just, to me, I like it where it's a fun experience where I just fight the monsters, you know, dodge, counter, don't get hit, don't die, don't pass out, and continue going from there. I had the 2 major monsters that I have trouble with right now is the one that starts with the D, Dashiki. No, not Dashiki. It's the one that's the ice one, the large one. The only reason I have problems with that is because it is so large that you would think it would be slower in movement, so it'd be easier to hit with the greatsword. It's not. It's really not. For some reason out of nowhere, like unless you counter it perfectly or time it perfectly, like that fucker is fast, bro. Like, why is it so fast? And then also I'm blanking on the name right now. If I had like any type of viewership here, it would if I had any type of detail here, it would be a lot easier. Finally got the monitors to work, by the way, all 3. But I don't. I just do it like this because I feel like it's a better one-on-one instead of having a I'm putting it here so you guys can see. It's like I have trouble with this monster, and then I also have trouble with this monster. So that way you guys can see. But besides those 2 monsters, like everything else seems pretty easy. I don't think they made the game extremely hard. It's definitely a lot easier than World. I think it was just a little bit more not user. It's this game would be like Elden Ring. World would be like DS3, whereas DS3 was more accessible than DS1 and 2 when it comes to players and stuff like that. A lot of players like really Dark Souls got a lot of attraction for Dark Souls 3. And then they just added on top of that for Elden Ring to even make it more accessible, because you can pretty much, if you wanted to, you could get as experienced as you want before you even fight the main boss in Elden Ring. Same thing with Wilds right now. I feel like you can explore a lot more, get your Monster Hunter rank up, different weapons, stuff like that. The monsters, I feel like they just don't hit as hard either. They did a really good job from I think 10 hours in, you could pretty much get the main story in, and then like another 10 you could go into the other missions, because there is more, but I don't want to spoil that for you guys. So like they definitely made it a lot easier and more accessible, so that's why I think that the monsters in general aren't as hard. Not that I haven't passed out. I think I passed out like a total of like maybe 6 times, and it's because of the monsters that I talked about earlier. Being so large, they hit hard, and you know, if you're just not fully equipped. And there were also some items and stuff like that that I didn't bring the shock traps, I didn't bring in the flash pods, and I usually like rocking with those in order to get the monsters taken care of pretty easy. But yeah, no, I think they made it more accessible for players, so I think that's also goes to another reason of why they have so many concurrent players still playing the game. Because it's just a little bit more like easier, user friendly. It's easier for people to defeat the monsters as fast as possible. I also like the focus mode. That's been fucking phenomenal. I have yet to get bored with it, because anytime, and then slight spoiler, whenever you fight the tempered monsters, dude, it's so fun. I mean, like, it's focus mode. It's such like it's definitely not like an afterthought, but like just adding that into the combat system, it's like, it's so fun. Like being able to like damage your whatever enemy monster you're fighting at the time, and like just being able to like, oh, and then if you get like multiple wounds open and then you do it, instead of just like attacking one after the other, but if you get like multiple wounds and you get them to connect, that's also like super fun. The sound design is super fun when you do it. It just feels good. Also, if you leave the vibration in your controller, it feels really good too with that. But yeah, so making it easier for players, I can see why everyone's so having fun with it. They got the optimization issues, at least on my end. I haven't experienced anything like that. I could always like watch other videos and see what's going on with the optimization with that game. Besides like minor complaints, I still think it's a 10 out of 10 game, and I still think that it's going to be fun for like, I don't know, I'll probably get to like monster rank like 200 if I continue playing it when I can. If you guys haven't been keeping up with it, the shop's been doing good and the expansion's been doing good, so I've been not on here as much, and I've been having to focus in on the business because of that. But other than that, I think this game has been like pretty good. Having a good time. Can't complain about it. Anytime that I come home and anytime I have free time, it's usually Monster Hunter. So I got to do God of War. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick like update of so I'm Monster rank 50 right now, and I think I'm like 51 or 52, I think. But still using the greatsword. I will change it up. I'll probably do the dual blades next, because I'm modeling my character after solo leveling anyway, so I think it'd be pretty cool. It's also more mobile for dual wield when it comes to dual blades. The greatsword is really good, but the mobility, man, like you're just going miss after miss after miss. It's a lot of misses, I'm not gonna lie, but because of focus mode, it makes it a lot easier for you not to miss. So if you constantly like use it with that, then it should be fine. And then also I'm missing a lot less because I have over so many hours in the game to where like I memorize the monster's movements and stuff like that, so I know when they're gonna attack, I know when to dodge and all this other stuff like that. But that comes after time. The initial playthrough, if you're not using focus mode, it could be a bitch if you're using the greatsword, but that's about it. What else? Oh my god, the ability to, when you get knocked down, the ability to call your I'll just call him Horsey. In order to get your Horsey to come pick you up, even though you're knocked down, phenomenal. I love that. I'm so focus mode, and that is probably the best. Okay. So some of the main things that really stick out to me that I think are the best. Focus mode. I love focus mode. Being able to call the ski rat, I'm terrible with names. The chicken, right? Being able to call the chicken, your little Horsey, to pick you up whenever you're down. The items. So like whenever you're doing an investigation or quest or anything else like that, they'll tell you like, hey, you can capture it, or you can do whatever that you need to do, and you can check your Horsey to get the items. I love that the items are there. The ability to carry 2 weapons on you now. I hate the bow gun, but being able to carry, like if you want 2 great swords that one's fire, one's ice. If you want to do one that's a long sword, dual wield, doesn't matter. You can carry 2 weapons. I love that aspect. And then what else? Those are the main 4 that are off the top of my head where I just find constantly used, like just amazing. Fast traveling from anywhere. Love it. Setting up camps. Love it. Being able to pop up your camps on like major areas that you constantly go for when it comes to investigations, side quests, quest side missions. I love that aspect, being able to go from all over the map because the maps are so big. The environmental change whenever there's one of the mythical monsters and stuff like that, when the environment changes, when it's like lightning in the desert, or if you're in the wildlands and it's raining like crazy, whenever there's an ice storm, there's multiple different things that, like, once you beat the monster and then the weather clears up and stuff like that. I think that's also really cool when it comes to side missions. Leveling up has been extremely easy. Being able to forge your equipment and level up the armor has been a lot easier. Getting new armor and getting the new levels of weapons and armor has been extremely more easier. Side missions on top of that, being able to actually get to your side missions on the quest map, and if you just click it, you go straight to it instead of having to go all the way around and figure out who you'd have to talk to and stuff like that, or go to the message board. You don't have to go to the message board anymore. You can just pop open your map. It's just plenty of ease of life like uses that Wilds has done extremely better than World has done. That's pushing me up to the 10 out of 10. I'm already excited for the DLC, even though the game just came out. But yeah, whenever I can, I'm constantly playing this. It's been fun. It's been phenomenal. I've been loving it every second. But yeah, so that's my I'll do another review and tell you guys how I feel about it in level 100 and go from there. But yeah, those are the main things that I like. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, leave it down below. Don't forget to join Discord. We're getting closer each day. We're getting closer to 1,500 subs because remember, we're still doing that. I like doing giveaway whenever you guys, support me. I always like to support you guys back. X, Discord, all that good stuff down below. Don't forget to check it out. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to see more content like this, please subscribe. See ya.